Hello guys, welcome to my channel. So to make this half shoe, we need our last, our tape, our ruler, our pencil, eraser. So we start by taping from the vamp to the toe of the last, okay, at the center, and then we tape just half of the last, preferably the outer part of the last. So we tape it just half, and then we're going to draw a center line just like it is in this video. From the vamp down to the toe, that central line is made so that when we divide, we'll be able to place it on a hard carbon paper. So we draw half of the pattern, just half of the pattern. We'll use the half drafted pattern to get the whole. Just watch, you'll see how I did it. So with our craft knife, we are going to cut out the unnecessary parts of the tape, carefully right on the line. Using our craft knife, we're going to cut it out. When we're done cutting the unnecessary part of the tape out, what will be left on the last will be just the drafted pattern that we want. So take out the unnecessary parts and be left with what we want. Okay. So the next stage is to transfer that drafted pattern on the last to a hard carbon paper. So we carefully take out the tape from the last. Carefully, and avoid it to detach. So we carefully lift the tape off the last. Okay. When we're done lifting the tape of the last, we are going to place it on the carbon paper. Now remember, the carbon paper here, I folded it into two. Okay, so just watch on. So the parts that we cut out from the vamp to the toe is what we are going to place at the edge where we folded the carbon paper. So sometimes, because we lifted the tape from a last, which is more or less like a 3D, so placing it on a 2D, which is the paper, becomes troublesome. So you have to make some snips so that they can flatten out. So after we've placed it in this manner, we are going to add our allowance. Okay, our last allowance. Now if you watch in this video, you see that this paper is pretty much not enough. So there are still parts of our drafted pattern that did not cover the paper, so we'll have to just extend that part. Okay, so don't get confused, it's the same thing. So I just extended that part so that the drafted pattern will get to that point. All right, so now I'm going to add my last allowance. Okay, so I usually use 2 cm last allowance. There are persons who use 1.5 depending on their midsole, but here I'm using 2 centimeter last allowance. So add a last allowance and then connect the dots. Remember that this paper, I folded it into 2. Okay, so have that in mind. And the reason for folding is when I cut it out, it's simply just going to transfer what's in this half to the other half, and it becomes a whole drafted pattern. So I'm going to cut it out right on the line that I just made now, which is the last allowance. So I found out here that my paper isn't enough, and if I cut it that way, the other part at the back will not show. You look at it, it's small. Okay, are you seeing it? So what I simply did was just to extend, okay, apply gum on the carbon paper and attach it to the part that is short and just extend it. It's simple, so don't get confused. It's the same thing, okay? I'm simply just extending it. That's it. So now I'm going to continue cutting out the pattern. So when I'm done cutting it out and open it, you will see it will become a whole drafted pattern. Okay, look at it now. Okay, so one half giving us the full drafted pattern. Now with the pattern, we're just going to use it to cut out our leather. To cut out the leather, the left leg and the right leg. Also cut out our top beading strip. Okay, this piece of material is going to use to do the finishing at the edge of our leather. So we attach our top beading at the edge of the leather, placing the top bead face to face with the leather. Okay, the top beading material, you place it at the edge face to face, so that when we're done and want to fold the top beading, it's going to be proper. So I'm done stitching. You stitch it face to face. Face of the top beading will rest on the face of the leather. Okay, so when you fold, it's going to be proper. All right, so you are going to apply glue, apply adhesive at the top beading and also at the back of the leather. Okay, just in this manner. So fold the top bead. I'm folding the top beading. You know, I fast forwarded this video, so but you get the point. So I folded the top beading. Now I'm going to apply adhesive at my leather and also at my landing material. When it's dry, I'm going to paste my leather on the landing, then stitch it. All right, so the stitches will run just below the top beading, okay, so that it turns out neat. So this is pretty much about the leather work of this half shoe, guys. So trim it, trim off the excess parts of the landing, trim them off using the in-cut method. Okay, watch my short and other video, you see what I mean by in-cut. So we're done with the leather work. Now it's with the sole. So to get the midsole, we are going to use our sole to press on a light Marco 3. All right, so the imprint, after we might have hit the sole to this Marco, then we use our scissors to cut out right on the inside of the line. So that's how we get a perfect midsole for this job. Okay, look at it now. All right, it's perfect. Now we're going to attach a hard fiber to this insole. Also add shank for support. So use the first Marco to cover the second one. That's what I'm doing here. The next stage is to paste it, apply glue and paste the Marco to a hard fiber, okay, for structural support. So we are going to first of all cut out this first layer, then we're also going to paste it on another layer of fiber for extra support. Okay, so we'll apply adhesive at the shank, both sides, front and back. Apply adhesive at our fiber and also apply adhesive in the second fiber. So when we place our shank, we're going to place our shank in the middle of both fibers, right? In the middle of both fibers. So applying glue to the fiber. Now we're going to place our shank in this manner. okay, and then we cover it, right? So this is how it's done. So the shank is in between the two fiber, and then we are going to trim off the excess. So where there is angle which your scissors can't go through, you use your craft knife and cut it out. So this is pretty much about the midsole. Okay, the next stage is to fold the edge of this midsole. When we are done trimming this, we are going to fold the edge of this midsole. In this case, I'm using a fiance material. You can use goat skin or whatever light material that you wish. So we'll fold it round, fold the edge round. That's pretty much about the midsole of this shoe that we are making. All right, fold it properly, and that's pretty much about it. So the next stage, we are done with leather work with the midsole. Next stage is to last our leather work, okay, which in this case our upper. I normally wet my upper a bit. Don't soak it. If you soak it, your leather will overstretch during lasting. So I just use my hand to rub little water and use it to rub on my upper. Okay, this prevents it from probably tearing or cutting during stretching. But do not over soak it. Do not over soak your upper with water. It will overstretch and your works won't be nice. So I'm going to last the shoe. It's a quite long process, but I fast forwarded this video, as you can see. So at least you learn one or two things from here. Okay, so I'm going to last our leather to the midsole, and then I'm going to apply glue. All right, then glue our upper, which is the leather in this case, to the midsole like I'm doing in this video. Then I'm going to take out the tacks, the nails, take them out. Then I'm going to clear the wrinkled part to prepare it for adhesive. Prepare it for adhesive application. So I'm going to trim off those wrinkles and bumpy parts. Then I'm going to take it to the machine and clear the allowance. I'm done clearing it. That part isn't in this video, but you get the point. So right now I'm going to apply adhesive at our upper and also at the sole. Okay, when it's dried, I'm going to activate it using heat. Then I'm going to glue our upper to our outer sole. I don't have a pressing machine. With time I'm going to have that. So right now I compress with my hands. So I'll take out my last after it has set for some days. Then I'm going to place in the insole. The insocks. Alright, this is called the insocks. Okay, this material. So I already branded it with my company's name, Sito Footwears. So that's the insocks. That's pretty much about the production of this half shoe. You see, it turned out very nice. Please subscribe to my channel and like this video. Thank you.